Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Karen Batty. I am one of the directors that led the Facebook event that's going on last night. And if you are watching this call, you probably fall into one of two categories. You either recently signed up as a consultant and you're wondering, okay, what do I do next to get off to a strong start? Or you're signing soon and you want to get your ducks in a row to help you hit the ground running once you do. Or maybe you're still in the thinking stage and you're thinking, well, if I do get started, what exactly would I be doing next? And you want that information before you make your decision final, before you take that on. And wherever you are, I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad to share what's tried and true strong start strategy with our team. And we've been using this for quite some time, and it has helped numerous consultants over the last few years in our team to be recognized in the top 50 in the nation of all new consultants, and two of them actually at #1 in Tucson. And the great news is that this strong start strategy, it requires less time than most part-time jobs. And sometimes people say that they don't want to sign up for membership because they can't give it all. And I'm here to tell you, don't wait and have a strong and thriving business. You do need to put forth some effort, but most people who do this business do it right alongside a full-time job and parenthood. But the good news is if you just carve out, 4 to 8 hours a week, that's all it takes to have a really strong and thriving business. So are you guys ready to hear about the strategy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. So you have a pen and paper handy. You know that this is being recorded, so you can go back and listen to it again because there's going to be some word choices that I'm sharing with you. I'd rather that you listen to the word choices rather than try to get it all down. Because like I said, you can go back and listen to it.
Hey, Karen.
Yes.
I'm wondering if somebody's got a TV going in the background, if it's making it hard for others to hear.
Yeah, it's not us. I can hear it too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've got the TV on. I'm guessing then that it's Jennifer. And Jennifer,
okay.
The option to turn that off. You can mute yourself at the bottom or top left, depending on what kind of computer you have. There's a little microphone icon, and you can click on it, and it'll cross it off. Then you can hear everything that's going on with us. You do keep in mind that you yourself want to ask a question. Okay, I haven't even heard it. Thank you for fixing that before we get into the meat of things. Okay, so you want to get off to a strong start with Stanford Chef. And the first thing that you want to decide is how many parties are right for you. And we recommend that you consider for your training period of your first 30 days of business is to try for 8. Pampered Chef has done research and figured out that 8 is sort of this magic number. And I think it's magic for a few reasons. Number one, if you schedule about 2 parties a week, it's about an 8 to maybe 10-hour work week. So it's not too much time. It's a manageable amount that most people can fit into alongside a job. But there's another reason why seems to be the magic number. Number 2, the second reason is that it gives you enough practice. So by the time you've been doing business for 6 weeks, if you've been doing 2 parties a week, you're going to gain the skill and the confidence that you need to move forward. Let me say that learning how to be a chef consultant is kind of like learning how to drive a car. If someone said to you, hey, I want to learn how to drive a car, but until I get good, I think I'll just drive once or twice a month. What would you say to that?
It's not a good idea.
Strategy. Only drive once a month until you get good.
No.
Not because every time would be like the first time. In order to get comfortable behind the wheel of the car, because it is different than what most people experience when they first get behind that wheel of the car, the best thing to do is just drive. Get as much practice as you can. The sooner you can get in a certain amount of practice, the sooner you're going to feel confident and skilled. And the same thing is kind of true with WF. You know, you want to just pack your bags, get out there and practice with those demos. The sooner you can get a good 6 to 8 parties in, the faster that you're making it confident. But there's a third reason why 8 seems to be a really good number, and that's because if you book about 8 parties, probably 6 of them will hold in that first 30 days, because not every show that is scheduled is held on the originally scheduled date. People get sick, their work schedules change, life gets in the way. But if you do about 6 parties, and you see about 10 people per show on average, parties will have 15 people at them. Some are going to be smaller, maybe only have a handful of people there. But if you see about 10 people per show, and you hold 6 parties, you're going to see 60 people. And if you see 60 people, you're going to dramatically increase your odds of, you know, it's almost a given. You're going to get a good number of sales if you're seeing 60 people. But more importantly, you're going to get bookings. If you're in front of 60 people and you let them know what's in it for them if they have a party, it's almost unavoidable that you get your bookings. And Jennifer, you were talking about spreading your business out beyond family and friends. When you do about 60, when you see about 60 people, it's almost inevitable that a few of those bookings are going to be outside of family and friends. So those are the reasons why be the magic. Now, the bottom line is business. You are the CEO of your own company. You get to decide how many parties you do. Some people do more than 8, some people do less. It's entirely up to you. But keep in mind that the number of parties that you book is usually slightly different than the number of parties that is held. So whatever number is right for you, you want to add 1 or 2 onto that to accommodate for the inevitable postponements that we have in the business. Okay? Now the next thing you want to decide is, when do you want to do your parties? So you want to take out your calendar. One of the best things about this business is that, again, you're the CEO. You get to determine when you work. You get to make your own schedule. So the first thing is take out your calendar and you mark down all of your obligations. If you have a full-time job, mark down those hours. If you've got family obligations, things that you like to do outside of work, mark those down and see what's left. Now, consider that this can follow your schedule. So sometimes you attend a party, a party on a Friday night, and you think, I have to do parties at night. But that's not necessarily the case. Yes, you can do weekday evening, but you might also do a brunch on a Saturday or a Sunday, late morning or afternoon. Some people do 2 parties every single Saturday. That way they only one day in their business, but they're getting those 2 parties. They do brunch at maybe 11 o'clock in the morning, and then they might do a evening show at 6:30 or Saturday night. We can do weekday shows during the day. If you don't have another full-time job, if you're not working outside of Pampered Chef, and you've got some daytime available, you can offer parties on a Saturday, a play group, of stay-at-home parents who have kids. You can do a party in the daytime as well. You could offer lunchtime shows at people's workplaces if you're available to do daytime shows. You can do a 5 o'clock somewhere show. Right when people's workplaces are getting out of work, you can go to their workplace and do a quick demo there. If you know school teachers and you're available, you can do an after-school show right at 3 o'clock when the bell rings. It's entirely up to you. So you want to look over the next couple of months, at least 2 months, and kind of figure out your availability. Okay. And now we're going to set off to figure out, okay, what parties I want to do, I know what my availability is, and now where are the parties going to come from, right? That's what everyone's doing. Now to fill those spots. Tonight I'm going to be talking about focusing on 8 parties in the first 30 days. You don't have to worry about 3 months worth of parties. If you can focus on the first 30 days, the people that you meet at those parties will schedule parties for the next few months. So don't worry about, oh, I only know a few people, so I want to spread out my parties. You want to really, really, really focus on those 30 days. The first 2 parties that you do are super because we recommend that you host 2 parties. We call them launch shows or kickoff parties. We recommend you offer one invitation with a couple of different dates on it. And we recommend that you make one of the dates a weekday evening and one of the dates weekend. And then you're going to send it to everybody you know who. And we recommend doing 2 dates for a couple of reasons. First of all, obviously, it gives people a lot better shot of being able to attend. If some of your friends work full time and they are exhausted when they get home after a whole day at work, and they're maybe not going to go on a Thursday party, but if you're Saturday afternoon, you'll go to that. Then there's going to be some people who maybe have kids in sports and they're on the ball field every single weekend. So when you have one of your dates being offered on a Saturday after early morning, late morning, early afternoon, they're going to say, I'll go there on Thursday night. There's really nothing else going on in my life, nothing good on TV, and I'll let my spouse deal with the bed and bath and homework routine, and I'll go to that pampered chef party. So you want to schedule these kickoff parties soon after your kid arrives. You guys will get a welcome email after you sign. It'll tell you when your day 30 is. Make sure you mark that day 30 in your calendar. This is super important because Pampered Chef offers great incentives. This is being videoed in April of 2015. If you sign this month, you can earn a 50% rebate off on your kit. You can also earn what we call PC dollars. If you don't know what those are, look them up online. You're going to be very excited about them. Basically, they're free products. And you get these PC dollars and the kit rebate when you submit at least 1,250 sales in the first 30 days. So mark down that day 30. Also in that welcome email, you'll know approximately when your kid is due to arrive. So when your kid is due to arrive, which is about a week after you order it, then you look out about 3 to 4 days after that and schedule your kickoff parties at that point. Again, 1 week day, 1 week evening. Now, what's great about these launch parties or these kickoff parties is that you can be both host of new free products as well as earning commission. Okay, so you get to add products to your kit right away, plus you get to earn commission. And you get to practice twice, pretty close together. Because most people, when they do one party, they come away with this went really well, but I wish I had done this differently, or I wish I had done that differently. And guess what? Now you've got the party coming up in just a couple of days in the same venue as the first one, and you get to tweak and fine tune right away before you take it on the road to do parties for your friends. So there's a lot of great reasons why to do the 2 kickoff parties close together. Now remember, I said you're going to be the host earning the free products and the consultant earning the commission. So what you can do at these kickoff parties is one of 2 things. If you have any duplicates of products, like you already own a bar pan and then it's also coming in your kit, you can use the duplicate as a cancel item at your kickoff. So you say to people, hey, I'm so excited, I'm having a kickoff party to celebrate the launch of my business. Just for coming, you get a ticket to the drawing to receive a really cool item. But for every adult friend that you bring that I didn't invite, you're going to get 5 extra. Because my goal for my kickoff party is not just to sell, my business to my friends, but to get it out beyond friends. Okay? So this isn't going to cost you anything out of pocket because it's an item that you've got a duplicate. If you don't have a duplicate item, then you can use just some of your host rewards to pay for a raffle for your kickoff party. So either way, you should be able to offer a pretty sizable item. It doesn't have to be too huge, you know, somewhere around the $20 mark. You use it because this is something that people don't get at a regular party. This is something super special enough people want to attend your party and they're going to want to bring friends. Okay, so you got the parties in place, and guess what? You're a quarter of the way to 8. All right, so any questions or comments so far? Okay. All right. You're a quarter of the way there. You've got your first 2 parties in place. Now, the next thing you want to do while you're waiting for your kit is to secure some dates in the week following your kickoff parties. You will get dates from your kickoff parties. However, most people don't want to attend a kickoff party and then schedule a Pampered Chef show 5 days out. Most people would prefer to wait, you know, 10 days, 2 weeks, or something like that. Feel like they can comfortably schedule a party. So you want to schedule, you want to fill in a couple of days a week following kickoff. So do you guys all feel like you know 2 people that you could ask a favor of? Now, the favor is not, will you have a party? Because really, you have a very valuable service to offer. Our average host earns about $150 or enjoys $150 or so in savings when they have a Pampered Chef party. They get like a Pampered Chef shopping spree. So they're being well rewarded. The favor is timing. Do you feel like you know 2 people well enough that you can give them a call and say, got a little favor to ask? You know, I'm new with the Pampered Chef, and I'm so excited. And the trainer says that the most important thing I can do in my first 3 days is get as much practice as I can. So what do you think about if I come over and you maybe have a few friends over, we pick a recipe that you guys would enjoy, and I can kind of practice on you guys. I'm currently scheduling the week of. You tell them what week it is, and you say, I've got this date available. You know, do either of those work for you? And do you feel like you know 2 people that you can ask to book that date? I mean, and if it's a really good friend, you can say, I really need to fill this date because I'm having the kickoff parties the week before. I'm probably going to get bookings from it, but most people don't want to book a party, you know, 3 or 4 days out. So I really, my trainer says I really need to fill this week. So just nod or wave or give a thumbs up if you feel like there's 2 people that you know that you could ask that of.
That's easy. Very definitely.
They'll do it again.
Okay. All right. Good. So you call those 2 best friends, and most people, like I said, most people know at least 2 people that you could ask that of. Okay. So now, if all goes well, now you've got 4 dates. You've got your kickoff parties. You've got 2 people who love you dearly, want to help you get off to a strong start, and they don't mind scheduling a party that specific week that you're looking for. So now you're halfway to 8. All right? Okay. So the next thing you do is you kind of make a list of everyone you know who needs. In fact, I want you guys to grab a clean piece of paper. We're going to do a little bit of brainstorming right now to figure out who you know. Everybody ready? Got a piece of paper? Okay. So I am going to just give you an idea, and I want you to write down whoever's name comes to mind. In each category, the goal is 5 names. Okay? So the first category is who do you know who loves a bargain? Okay? I want you to just write down anybody's name that comes to mind. I don't care if they're men or if they're women. I don't care if they live 5 minutes from you or 5 states from you. I don't care if you love to cook or hate to cook. I don't care if you talked to them last week or if you haven't talked to them in 20 years. Just anybody you know who loves a bargain. Those people who are coupon clippers. Those people, when you compliment their sweater, they tell you how much they paid for it because they got such a great deal. Okay. Write down some names. Nod or wave when you've got at least 5 names down. Okay, good. Excellent. The next category is write down the names of people you know who just love to have fun, love to entertain. Okay, they're always the ones inviting people over. They have impromptu hangouts or whatever's going on. They just love to have people over, love to entertain. Again, I don't care if they're male or female. It doesn't matter if they live 5 minutes from you or 5 states away. Doesn't matter if they love or hate to cook. Doesn't matter if you talked to them last week or if you haven't talked to them in 20 years. If their name comes to mind, just put them on the paper. This is a brainstorming list. And you're going to let this list evolve. Okay, we're going to start the list tonight, but keep this list near you, especially near your bedside. I know with me, I didn't think of things all day long because I was so busy doing other things. As soon as I put my head on the pillow, all of a sudden I need something in mind. So I kept on my bedside. Okay, the next category, I want you to write down the people you know who just love to help others. These are the people that when the Girl Scouts come up selling cookies, even if they just bought 5 boxes yesterday from a different Girl Scout, they're buying more. And do it even if they don't eat more Girl Scout cookies. Okay? They just love to help others. Love to be supportive, always looking to find ways that they can help other people.
Okay.
Again, women next door, or they could live on the other coast. You could have talked to them a week ago, or maybe it's someone you haven't talked to in years. It's okay. Just write their names down. Okay. The next category is who are your foodies? Who just loves to be in the kitchen? Who are those people that you know that, they're always posting their favorite recipe on Facebook. They're always posting what they made for dinner. They love to get creative in the kitchen. They're always trying new things. Those are the people, you invite them over, they always bring a dish there. They can't help themselves. You tell them I have enough food, they show up with food anyway. And I think you get the idea. It doesn't matter if they're male or female. It doesn't matter where in the country they live. It doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter, if they've heard of Pampered Chef before or anything like that. Write down all those foods.
I don't know how to mute this.
Okay. The next category is who are the people that you know that don't like to cook? Those are the people, if they could afford it, they eat every meal out. They avoid cooking like the plague. By the way, that was me. I used to be a nurse. I worked 3 to 11:30. So I'd, pour a bowl of cereal for breakfast. I'd grab a yogurt for lunch and off to work, and I ate whatever the hospital was serving. I never cooked. People who love Pampered Chef love to cook. People who don't like Pampered Chef adore. Who don't like to cook adore Pampered Chef. Because then I had kids and I didn't like to cook, and I would feed them one day and they'd wake up and they'd want to eat again. I'd be like, really? So most people have to cook every day, even if they don't like doing it. And very often, the best customers, our most loyal customers, are the people who like cooking the least. So they need our products to get in and out of the kitchen in half the time. Okay, next category. Who are the people you know that have a cause that's near and dear to their heart? Anybody that you know that maybe they had a family member die of cancer and they'd love to support the American Cancer Society. Or maybe they have diabetes that run in the family and they love to raise money for the American Cancer Association. Maybe they're very active in their church or private school and always fundraiser ideas there. And that's why I'm mentioning the category, because Pampered Chef parties can be Pampered Chef parties with the host getting free and discounted products, or Pampered Chef parties can be fundraisers, where instead of a host getting free and discounted products, Pampered Chef will cut a percentage of the sales. Okay, think about those people that cost near and dear to them. Anybody who's on the bike ride for the Red Harbor Institute, that's coming up around here in the Boston area. Anybody who's doing the walk for breast cancer, looking to raise money. And for hospitals, might be looking to raise money, private schools or public schools. Maybe their kids are in sports teams that are looking to raise money. Okay. Write down their names. Okay. All right. Next category I call special occasions. Write down everybody you know who either just got married or is about to get married, or just had a baby, or is renovating their home. These people very often turn out to Pampered Chef parties. If they just moved into a new place, had a baby, or did a renovation, I don't care if all they did was redo their bathroom. People want to come over and use the bathroom, you know? So anybody who falls into that category just got their name down. If they just got engaged, they might consider a bridal shower. And just briefly, I'll tell you, bridal shower shows are amazing. People come, they don't have to buy a gift and wrap it, and show up. Then the bride and groom can be, cooking with the Pampered Chef person, and then everybody in the room buys something for the bride and groom, and then the bride and groom also get all the host benefits on top of it. Now our show average nationally is about $500. That's with maybe an average of 10 orders. When you think of how many orders are placed on an average bridal shower, you know that tend to be big shows, and these shows and rooms are very often looking at hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of free products of their choice. Okay, got one last category for you guys. Who owes you a favor? Did you get a kid yet, anybody? Just kidding. Who owes you a favor? Who would just love to, help you out because they owe you one? Maybe it's a family member, maybe it's someone that you helped out in the workplace. Maybe someone that if they've got kids, you help them out by watching their kids. And again, it isn't a favor to ask them to do a Pampered Chef party. We've got, like I said, a very valuable service offer. But if they owe you a favor, the favor can be timely. You want to at least that week following your kickoff party, before the kickoff party happens, so that the bookings that come match. All right. How many of you can just kind of holler out, just glancing quickly through your list, how many people do you kind of have on your list so far?
About 25 or 30.
25 to 30. Excellent. Very good. How about Jennifer? Are you muted?
Names.
Looks about like 25.
Okay, great start. Like I said, let this list evolve, okay? Because you'll add more names onto it. Maybe one person's name makes you think of another. Now, I want you guys also to consider, look to see who's watching your cell phone. Be jotting their names down. Look at Facebook. Click on your friend list and scroll through there. Add some names on through the list there as well. Think about people you know through your workplace. Think about your neighbors. And not just the neighbors you know really well, but maybe the other neighbors that you don't know as well that you could get to know better. Think of who you know through your kids. Think of who you know through your spouse. Or your spouse's coworker. Okay? Let the list evolve. And now we're going to talk a little bit about what to do with this list. Okay? What I do not want you to do is just send an invitation out to all those people with your kickoff dates on it. Okay? I don't want you to do that yet. What I first want you to do is reach out personally to as many people as you can to tell them about your business. Okay? You could say something like this. Reach out after you get them on the phone and warm up the call a bit. You can say, oh my gosh, and you know what? I'm so excited. I don't know if you heard the news, but I'm starting a new paper check business because. Tell them very briefly why. If people know why you're doing it, they are much more likely to want to jump in and help you get off to a strong start. So, oh my gosh, if this week, you guys know, I'm a nurse, and then I have 3 kids, and my youngest was a baby, and he is absolutely the picture of health now. But when he was younger, after his hospitalization, the pediatrician said, this infant system really can't handle daycare. I think you can extend your training a little bit. By the way, he's finishing up his sophomore year in college. So I'm just trying to extend my matriculation through graduation. But anyway, so if I were new, I'd be saying, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I don't know if you know news, but I've started my own pampered chef business because I've been looking for a way to extend my maternity leave so that I can be home with the kids. And I thought of you immediately because I know, and then fill in the blank. I know how much you love to cook, or I know how much you love a bargain. We came up with that list. So kind of tailor it to what made you put their name down on your list. So one of the first people I called was my sister, and I said to her, I wanted to call you first because I know how much you love a bargain. And the average is $150 or so. I was just wondering, how about having some friends over so I can practice on you guys, and I'll help you get some free products? I'm currently working the week of, tell them the week, and can I tell you my available date? Okay, so now you're telling me a little bit about why you got started, a little bit about what made you think of them. And so what do you think about having a few friends over? Don't say host a pampered chef party because that sounds like a lot of work. What do you think about having a few friends over? I can practice a great recipe with you guys, and you can get in on some great deals. Would you like to hear about my deals? Now, you've got permission to, they'll probably say yes, sure, what are your available dates? Now you tell them, okay, well, I'm looking at the week of, you tell them what week you're looking at. I've got this date and this date available. Do either of those work for you? If they don't, this one doesn't work and that doesn't work. You go to your next week and you say, oh, okay, well, the following week, I've got this, and this date available. Do any of those work? Just like when you call the doctor's office does not say, when would you like to I'm a new doctor. My schedule's wide open. Pick a date, any day. No, they tell you, here's when the doctor's available. It actually makes it a lot easier for people to pick a date when you give them a couple dates. Because otherwise, they're thinking, oh my goodness, 365 days in the year. When's the perfect time to have a party? But if you tell them, here's when I'm booking, and I've got this, and this date available that week, and do those work for you. Now they've gone from 365 days in a year to these 3 dates, or these 2 dates. Okay, and Colleen and Eric, I know you guys were thinking about how to take it from people who said, I'd love to have a party, to actually choose a date. Do you feel like this could help you out a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Definitely.
Yeah. Now, not everybody's going to say yes. That's what you do. That's what you do, say yes right away. Some people are going to be a little hesitant. Now, when people know that you're new, and they want to have some of them are thinking, oh my goodness, if I don't have a good party, this person isn't going to get off to a strong start. It's going to be all my fault. So some people are a little bit nervous about having a party because they think it has to be a huge party, or somehow you're not going to get off to a strong start and it's going to be their fault. So some of them are going to be a little hesitant. Some 3 things that you are likely to do hear from some of the people that you talk with. 3 things that we hear is, I'd love to have a party, but I just don't think I know enough. I don't know if I know enough people. Or they'll say, my house is too small. Or I'm just not sure I have enough time
Right here.
to really have a good party. Again, very often what's behind that is, I think I want to have a successful show. I won't get off to a start. So when people express these hesitations, or maybe something different, maybe they have got a different hesitation. When they express a hesitation, let's talk about house too small. Maybe they say, oh, I'd love to have a party, but my house is so small and I just can't fit that many people in it. Well, what you can say is, you know what, it's okay. My trainer said that the single most important thing that's going to help me get off to a strong start is getting enough practice in my training period in the first month. She said it really doesn't matter if I'm practicing in front of a few people or a house full of people. I need big shows and I need little shows. So if your house is small, how about you just be one of my smaller shows? Now, when they hear this, originally, most people think if they don't have a big show, that not only is it not helpful, that it's probably going to be harmful because they're thinking that she's going to do a party, it's going to be terrible. Or he's going to do a party, it's going to be terrible, you know? Now they hear, oh, they need practice. Oh, okay. Now they hear that big shows and small shows are really valuable. And it gives people the confidence to say, oh, okay, well, if it'll be helpful even to practice on a small crowd, okay, you know, then yeah, my house can fit 4 or 5 people, I'll do that. Now, chances are, after they schedule the party, you're going to be working with them, giving them ideas on how to use the orders, and then you find out they've got a big living room, it's just a small kitchen, they could really fit 8 to 10 or 12 people there. Chances are that they're going to have maybe more people there than they first expected. But this is just going to give them confidence at the time of you asking them about a party to say yes, because they know that even if it's not a big party, it's going to be helpful to you. Okay, so similarly, someone says, oh, I'd love to have a party, but I just don't think I know enough people. Again, you say, okay. My trainer said that really the single most important thing that's going to help me in my first 30 days is just to get enough practice. They said the more I practice, the better. So, you know, they said really it doesn't matter if I'm just practicing in front of a handful of people or a whole house full of people. Big shows and little shows are both really helpful because I'm getting that really necessary practice. It's key. So do you want to be one of my smaller parties? Again, once you get them ideas on who and right, which we're going to be training you on tonight at a different time, they're probably going to realize they know a lot more people than they thought they did. They're probably going to have a good turnout. But at this point, at least it gives them the confidence to say, okay, I don't mind if I have a turnout. Sure, I can go ahead and get to that party. And for the people who say, I don't have enough time, this doesn't have to be like planning a wedding. This is more like just having a few friends over so I can practice maybe something chocolate on you guys. Okay. Explain about how important practice is to the long-term success in your business. That has much more to do with practice than how much in sales you participate. And you know what? You're not lying to me. This is the truth. You want to get as much practice as you can. Okay. Any questions? Any comments so far?
Go ahead.
So the essence right now is the practice.
Practice, yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, when you're talking with people who are a little hesitant, once they know you're getting as much practice as you can in your first 30 days, it's really going to help you get off to a strong start. It's going to give them the confidence to say, okay, even though I don't feel like I might know enough people, I'll go and have a party because you know they're confident in knowing that's going to help.
Okay.
Now, some people are going to say no. Even when they hear that practice is really important, they're going to say maybe something to the effect of, I'd love to. You know, some people just don't do home parties. Or some people are in the midst of something else going on in their life. They just don't feel like they can take this on at this time. So there's I want you to say who say no is to say, Well, you know what? That's okay. But there's a great way to help me get my business out there. Because these are people, you're calling people that you know. So when you're talking with them, they're not just going to say, no, I'm not having a party. What they're probably going to say is, I would love it, but I just don't do parties. You know, and they'll tell you, I had a close family member who did such and such, and I didn't have a party for that person, so I really can't have a party for you. But what they just said was, I'd love to help. And most of these people say, well, place an order, because they don't know any other way to help you. And placing an order is important, but it doesn't help you build your business. So you want to give everybody another way to help you actually build your business. So when they say no, you say, well, that's okay, but there's actually another way that could really help me get my business off the ground. The trainer said the second best way, besides having a party, the second best way to help me get my business going is to come to one of my launch shows. You can tell them I'm doing it on this date and this date. And if you can come and maybe bring 2 or 3 people that I don't know. Because she said what I need to do is get the word out beyond my family and friends as quickly as possible. And then you could say, and at my kickoff party, I'm going to be raffling off a $10 ticket item just for coming. You'll get a ticket. But for every adult friend you bring that I didn't invite, you're going to get 5 extra tickets. So you know what? You still might find yourself a product. So now you've given people 2 really good ways to help you out. Either have a party or they come to one of your launch shows with 2 or 3 people. And let me tell you, when you bring friends to your kickoff party, you are going to be hopefully inviting, you know, everyone you know who eats to your kickoff party. You're going to hopefully be casting a really, really, really wide net. But when you say to someone, can you bring 2 or 3 friends, now they're going to think, gee, of everybody I know, who would love a Pampered Chef party? And they hand-pick people who love Pampered Chef or love to cook or really need Pampered Chef products. They hand-pick people who are much more likely than the general population to want and need our products and our others like those. So very often those bring a friend people are placing the largest orders and parties. And do you notice that I'm encouraging you to explain the why behind the bring a friend? Again, you're calling people that you know. These are people that you know well. If you just say, oh, they're having a kickoff party, bring a friend or 2. Chances are they're not going to do it. But if you say to them, you know, my trainer said the other thing I need to do is to get the word out beyond family and friends as quickly as possible. So, and these are people who said, I want to help you out. You explain. So if you bring a couple of friends, 2 or 3 friends to my kickoff party, that would be really, really helpful to me. Now they're much more likely to bring a friend. Wouldn't you be? Okay. So the goal over the next few days, next 3 to 4 days, is to set aside some time to reach out to the people on this list. And of course, let this list evolve. You want to start with giving them, you know, picking out your kickoff party dates, because that's going to be your backup plan if they say no to a party. So have those dates set before you call them. Call 2 people you can ask a favor of, and you know, I just need you to do it that week following your kickoff party. And reach out to the other people as life allows, you know, over the next few days. And don't think you can only reach out to people in the evening. A lot of people, you know, you can contact them during the day. They've got minutes that they can talk with you. Just as your life allows, reach out to people. Again, first giving them the opportunity to earn a free shopping spree with the Pampered Chef. Average host saves $150 or more. Plus, it's fun with friends. And then, as a backup plan, invite them to come to your kickoff party with a few friends. After your 2 kickoff parties and your 2 BFFs, you only need to find 4 other people out of that entire list to say yes to a party. I want to be forewarned about 1 out of every 6 people that you talk to will say yes to a party that you need to statistically. If it's less than that for you, good for you. cheer them on. But so you guys each said you had about 25 names on the list. So if you really want to call, reach out to each couple. If you schedule 4 to 5 parties from those, that's great. And kickoff parties. And then from there, if you really, really, really work this and get those first 30 days booked, then if you average 1 or 2 bookings per party, you are going to have what we call a self-sustaining calendar. You're going to get the bookings you need for the shows that are in place in your calendar. So if you work very intentionally for just a week, let me tell you, you can ride the wave for a good long time. And if you do schedule 8 parties, the national show is 500. If you do 8 parties, 500 in sales, that's 4,000 in sales total. If you guys have a choice or access to the website, you'll see the commission chart. When you sell over 4,000, you make a 25% commission. So you probably make about $1,000 your first month by doing 2 parties a week. And each party, you're in the host house maybe 2.5 hours, maybe an hour behind the scenes. So in your trial period, in your training period, you can make $1,000, earn your 50% rebate. If you did 4,000 in sales, you also earn, I believe, if my math is correct, about 300 PC dollars. Those 300 Pamper Chef dollars for using for additional paperwork and new products, plus the free products from your kickoff parties. Plus, by the time you're done with your first 30 days, you will be able to enter orders in your sleep. You will have had enough experience at your parties where you're feeling real confident and skilled. From there, you determine, what case is going to work best for you. And before we wrap it up, I just want to say a little bit about Facebook and texting. It's okay to reach out to someone via text, but you really want to have a conversation with them about the party, because most people have a little bit of a hesitation. They're concerned about the size of the house, they're concerned about how much time it can take, they're concerned about how much people they should be, how many people they know. Sometimes they're concerned because they've got a big dog. I mean, I don't know, whatever the concern is. They usually have a concern. So, and if it's via text, they'll probably just. So when it comes to texting people and reaching out, what I suggest is reach out to them personally, either via text or a Facebook message, and say something along the lines of, I have really exciting news to share. Do you have a minute to talk? Can I call you? So, yeah, they're going to be thinking, you got a baby, you're home, they're going to be like, wow, what's going on, So they're probably going to say, yes, I can give you a call. If they can't talk right at that moment, they'll probably text you back and say, yeah, call me tonight around 7. Okay, then you've got permission to give them a call and just have that conversation. Same thing on Facebook. Reach out to people personally on Facebook. If you want to put a general post about becoming a Pamper Chef consultant, that's fine. But just know that most people aren't going to see it or notice it. A few people might comment. That's great. Those are the people you reach out to first. But this is the time when you want to really be doing it is to reach out and have that 2 to 3 minute conversation to get the party in the books. Okay, and like I said, really take the time over this next week to work this system. Reach out personally, schedule them for a party, or have them come to your show with your friends. Like I said, you'll have a really strong foundation. You will be aligning yourself for almost assured success. There's a great quote I heard a while back. It said, "Success is easy. Simply put your life on track for success." Okay, so success in Pamper Chef is largely a numbers game. It's simply about getting our products in front of enough people. If you could have seen the parties that I did my first month in business, you'd be horrified or you'd be laughing, one or the other. I burnt stuff. I dropped the pizza on the floor at my first show. Nobody even got to eat it. Set up a smoke alarm. You name it, I did it. You know what? I packed my bags on an average of twice a week. And I got my products in front of the store. And our products themselves, when people use our products, when they slice a tomato with a knife, it doesn't matter if I burnt the pizza or dropped it on the floor. They're going to want that knife. Okay, so success in this business is largely about being in front of enough people. So working this system and getting that foundation in place will really put your business on a crash course to success. Okay. So, any questions, comments, concerns that you have that I didn't cover when it comes to lining up those initial parties?
Yeah,
Yes.
we actually do. I was wondering if there was like sort of a loose script provided on what to do at a show. I mean,
I shared some of the wording that I said. I can email it to you. If you at KBchef@comcast.net. That's KB as in boy, CF as in Comcast.net.
Okay.
Plus, like I said, this is supported if you want to go back here again. And actually, on the website as well, but I'll what I've got here.
Plus,
I did.
You're gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. Plus, you're gonna get out there and see the show of your recruiter or your director.
Oh yes, and that would be another good thing.
And a lot of it will become very clear once you are observing a show. Very important part.
Thank you, Joanne. That's another thing you know, schedule a time to go and view a show. The show doesn't have to be this week if you somehow can't find it this week. Make the arrangements this week or next week to view a show of a seasoned consultant. For sure.
all right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other questions, concerns? And this is just how to get those initial parties in place. There's also other trainings that are coming up. So you want to find out those dates from your recruiter. Part of my team, there's a cooking show training, which is the first Tuesday of the month. That's in my home. That's where we kind of dissect the cooking show and kind of show you what we do from the time you walk in the home, before the party starts, right through before the processing. And there's also basics, which is on the third Tuesday of the month. And that's where we cover the things that we do behind the scenes. The parties are in place. The things we do behind the scenes, successful business. So, but we like to take it one step at a time, so that it's a comfortable pace for you. So right now, it's just about filling the calendar and getting out to view a party. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you, Karen. It was really great.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Look forward to working with you guys, and I wish you much success. And like I said, if you think of other questions, you've got my email address. You can send them.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a great night. And definitely keep in touch along the way. If you hear other concerns, believe me, it's probably something we've heard before. So let us know, because we can help you with other solutions or suggestions.
Okay.
Right. We love to hear from you guys.
Absolutely.
That's our job.
Okay. Have a great night.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.